Most people think memory loss starts in the brain. Shockingly, it often begins in the nerves of your body.
When those nerve signals slow down, the brain receives fewer messages, and over time, it forgets how to respond quickly.
That's why small lapses appear first. Walking into a room and forgetting why, losing track of simple words, or feeling your balance waver for no clear reason.
These aren't random signs of aging. They're messages from your nervous system, asking to be reconnected.
In today's video, we'll fix that together with 5 simple brain-boosting exercises that retrain your nerves,
Sharpen focus, and help your memory fire faster again, all without medication or equipment.
Before we begin, make sure to like this video, share it with a friend who wants to stay sharp after 60, and subscribe for more science-backed ways to keep both your body and brain young. Let's start with the first movement, one that challenges your mind and muscles at the same time.
Number 1. March in place while counting backwards.
It might look simple, just marching in place while saying numbers out loud, but this movement is far more powerful than it seems.
For older adults, it's one of the best ways to reconnect the brain and body. Every step you take while counting backwards creates a two-way conversation between your muscles and your mind. That communication is the foundation of balance, attention, and short-term memory. The very skills that quietly decline after 60. When we age, nerve signals from the body reach the brain more slowly. The delay might be just fractions of a second, but it's enough to cause hesitation, slower reactions, or the occasional mental fog. Marching while counting backwards retrains the brain to process two things at once: movement and mental calculation. That dual focus forces the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and focus, to stay alert, while the cerebellum manages rhythm and coordination. In other words, this one exercise keeps both your cognitive and motor systems awake and talking to each other. In 2021, researchers publishing in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who practiced dual-task training, like walking, while performing mental subtraction, improved both memory recall and balance control by over 25% in just 6 weeks. The improvement didn't come from physical strength alone, but from restoring how quickly the brain and body share information. To begin, stand tall with your shoulders relaxed and eyes forward. March slowly in place, lifting each knee to about hip level. As you move, count backwards aloud from a number that challenges you just enough, maybe 50, maybe 100. The goal isn't speed, it's coordination. Feel the rhythm of your steps match the rhythm of your counting. If you notice your words begin to stumble, slow down your pace rather than forcing the numbers. Your brain needs time to synchronize these signals again. Try this for 1 to 2 minutes. Rest briefly, then repeat up to 5 rounds. Morning is the best time to practice, when your energy and alertness are highest. Over time, you'll feel your movements become smoother and your thoughts sharper, as though your mind and body are remembering how to cooperate again. Many people unintentionally weaken the benefits without realizing it. Some move their legs quickly but barely speak, turning it into a leg exercise instead of a brain exercise. Others focus so hard on counting that they forget to lift their knees high or breathe steadily. Both habits break the connection we're trying to strengthen. If that happens, pause, take one deep breath, and start again at a slower rhythm. Think of each step as a sentence. Your movement is the body's language, and your counting is the reply. When both flow together, the brain's communication lines light up like a well-tuned orchestra. A common mistake is marching with tension, shoulders tight, face strained, breath shallow. That stiffness tells your brain you're under stress, and it limits how much oxygen and blood reach the thinking centers. Instead, let your upper body stay loose and relaxed. Imagine your spine as a flexible antenna connecting movement from your feet to your mind. With every step, you're not just exercising, you're teaching your nervous system how to stay calm while multitasking. Now, here's something fascinating most people never hear about. Combining motion with backward counting boosts the release of acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter linked to learning and memory. Acetylcholine helps nerve cells fire more efficiently, meaning information moves faster between your brain and muscles. In patients recovering from mild cognitive decline, similar dual-task training has shown measurable improvements in attention span and recall accuracy. It's a direct example of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to grow new connections no matter your age. There's also a secondary benefit. When you speak while moving, your respiratory muscles engage differently, improving oxygen delivery to the brain. That fresh oxygen supply helps keep neural circuits active longer, making your mind feel clearer even after you finish. It's like giving your brain a short, refreshing workout from the inside. After a few days of practice, you may notice something subtle yet profound. Your thoughts respond faster, your steps feel more confident, and your awareness sharpens during daily tasks. That's the nervous system waking up. And once your mind and legs are moving in perfect sync, it's time to build a deeper bridge inside the brain, one that connects its two halves and improves coordination through every movement you make. Number 2, cross-body taps.
When you touch your right hand to your left knee and your left hand to your right knee, you're doing far more than a simple stretch.
This motion forces the two halves of your brain to talk to each other, something that quietly weakens with age. It's like reconnecting an old bridge whose wires have started to rust. Each cross-body tap sends messages back and forth across the corpus callosum, the bundle of fibers that links the left and right hemispheres. The stronger that bridge becomes, the better your memory, balance, and concentration. Neurologists call this bilateral integration. When both hemispheres work together, the brain coordinates movement and thinking at the same time. A study from Kyoto University found that older adults who performed daily cross-body patterns for 4 weeks improved reaction time and short terms, recall by almost 30%. That means the simple act of crossing one arm over the body can literally sharpen how quickly your brain processes information. To practice, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and your knees slightly bent. Lift your right knee while reaching across with your left hand to tap it gently. Then switch sides in a smooth, alternating rhythm. Keep your posture tall, your stomach lightly engaged, and your breathing steady. The pace should feel like a calm march, controlled, not rushed. Try 20 taps in total. Rest. Then repeat 2 or 3 rounds. Many people unknowingly make this exercise less effective. Some move too fast, turning it into a cardio drill rather than a coordination task. Others barely cross the midline, keeping their hands close to their sides. Both habits reduce the brain's engagement. If you feel your rhythm slipping, pause for a moment, reset your stance, and restart slowly. Imagine your hands drawing invisible diagonal lines that meet at your center. That's where the brain's communication spark happens. Another common issue is tightening the shoulders or holding the breath. When that tension creeps in, the brain interprets stress, not learning. Loosen the arms, breathe out gently on each tap, and let the water or air around you feel like part of the motion. That relaxed precision is what keeps the nerves firing efficiently. What makes this movement even more fascinating is how it activates the vestibular system, the network inside your inner ear that controls balance and spatial orientation. Each time you twist slightly to reach across your body, fluid inside those canals shifts and sends new sensory data to the brain. Over time, this subtle stimulation helps stabilize vision and posture, reducing dizziness and improving confidence when walking or turning. Few people realize that these same pathways are linked to emotional balance as well. When the two hemispheres communicate better, the brain manages stress responses more evenly. That's why after a few rounds of cross-body taps, you may not only feel more alert, but also calmer, as if the brain has found its rhythm again. Practice this for just 5 minutes a day, ideally in the morning when coordination feels easiest. Within a week or two, you'll notice your steps become surer and your mind more responsive to quick changes in direction. Whether that's turning your head to answer someone or remembering where you set down your keys, now that both sides of your brain are working together again, let's move to something smaller, yet just as powerful, the fine motor exercise that trains precision, timing, and memory, all at once. Number 3, finger coordination drill.
Your hands are more connected to your brain than any other part of your body. Every tiny movement of your fingers sends lightning-fast signals through the spinal cord straight into the motor cortex, the brain's command center for planning and precision.
But as we age, these circuits slow down. That's why handwriting gets shakier, buttons feel smaller, and reaction times lag behind what the mind wants to do. This simple finger coordination drill can help restore that connection. It teaches the brain to react faster and think clearer through movement you can do anywhere, at any time. Start by sitting or standing comfortably with your shoulders relaxed. Bring both hands up in front of you. Touch the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger, then your middle finger, ring finger, and little finger one after another as smoothly and quickly as you can. Once you reach the little finger, reverse the order. Keep your wrists steady and your breathing calm. Repeat this pattern for 30 seconds. Rest briefly, then switch hands or speed up slightly if you feel confident. What's happening inside your brain is extraordinary. Every time your fingers tap in sequence, millions of neurons in your motor cortex and cerebellum fire together. That coordination sharpens timing, balance, and spatial awareness, the same abilities used for walking steadily and remembering routes. A 2020 University of Michigan study found that seniors who practiced daily finger-thumb coordination drills for 6 weeks improved both fine motor, speed, and short-term memory by nearly 20%. Researchers discovered increased blood flow in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for attention and organization, meaning the exercise trains your brain's executive center without needing any special tools. However, many people unknowingly limit the benefit. Some press their fingers too hard, tensing the hands until they ache. Others move too fast and lose control halfway through, letting accuracy collapse into sloppy tapping. The secret is consistency, not speed. Your brain learns through rhythm, not struggle. If you notice tension building, pause, shake out your wrists, and restart more gently. Smooth movement builds stronger neural patterns than rushed movement ever will. It's also easy to forget about posture. When the shoulders rise or the neck leans forward, blood flow to the hands and brain decreases. Keep your spine long, chin level, and shoulders down. The more relaxed the body, the faster signals can travel between fingers and brain. You'll soon notice that when your hands move smoothly, your breathing follows. And so does your concentration. You might not expect it, but the regions that guide finger movement also manage how we speak and form memories. The parts of the brain that control finger movement overlap with the regions that handle speech and language. That's why children who learn piano or sign language often develop stronger verbal skills. For older adults, finger coordination drills may help preserve verbal fluency and the ability to find words quickly and express thoughts clearly. So when you train your fingers, you're not just improving dexterity, you're literally tuning the circuits that shape communication and memory recall. You can make this exercise more challenging by alternating hands or adding simple mental tasks, like saying the days of the week backward while tapping. Each layer of complexity strengthens what neuroscientists call dual processing, the brain's ability to manage thought and action at once, which is vital for preventing cognitive decline. After just a few sessions, you'll feel your hands warming, your mind focusing, and your movements flowing in perfect sync. The next step will use that same mind-body awareness, but shift the focus from precision to creativity, retraining the brain's visual and spatial memory through the act of drawing in the air. Number 4. Alphabet air writing.
Now that your fingers and coordination are awake, it's time to train a different kind of strength mental imagery.
Writing letters in the air may look playful, but it's a powerful way to exercise the brain's visual and spatial centers, which are deeply tied to memory and focus. When you trace large letters with your hand, your brain has to picture shape, direction, and motion all at once. That combination activates multiple regions: the parietal lobe for spatial awareness, the prefrontal cortex for attention, and the motor cortex for control. It's a full brain exercise disguised as a simple drawing motion. Researchers at Tokyo University found that older adults who practiced air writing 3 times a week for 2 months improved visual recall speed and reaction time by over 30%. The reason is that each letter acts like a map, forcing the brain to think in 3 dimensions. To try it, stand or sit comfortably with your spine straight and shoulders relaxed. Raise your non-dominant hand, the one you use less often, and begin tracing letters of the alphabet in front of you. Start with big, smooth movements, breathing steadily as you draw. The slower and clearer the shapes, the better your brain registers them. As you form each letter, imagine it floating in front of you. Your eyes should follow your hand to strengthen the brain's coordination between vision and motion. A common challenge is stiffness. Many people hold their breath or tighten their shoulders, especially when using the weaker hand. That tension reduces the very brain activity we're trying to build. If you feel your neck tightening, pause, exhale gently, and let your arm feel lighter. The goal isn't perfect handwriting. It's awareness. Each line should feel fluid, not forced. Some people also make the mistake of tracing too small. When the movement is tiny, the brain doesn't get enough visual feedback. Think big. Write as if you're painting letters in front of a wide canvas. The more space your arm covers, the more your brain engages the areas responsible for orientation and focus. You might not expect it, but this simple air writing drill also strengthens imagination, the same ability your brain uses to remember faces, directions, and even emotional experiences. When you visualize each letter, your hippocampus, the memory center becomes more active, helping you store and retrieve information more efficiently. That's why this technique is now used in some cognitive rehabilitation programs for stroke and dementia patients. If you want to add a challenge, close your eyes and picture each letter before tracing it. Without visual cues, your brain has to rely on internal mapping, a subtle workout that sharpens both spatial memory and creativity. Over time, you may find it easier to remember where you placed objects, recall names, or visualize details from conversations. After a few minutes, your arm may feel pleasantly heavy, your breathing calmer, and your thoughts surprisingly clear. That's your brain syncing imagination with movement, a rare connection that keeps the mind agile. And once your creative circuits are wide awake, well, move on to the final movement, one that restores balance, posture, and confidence through every step you take. Number 5, heel-to-toe walking.
The final exercise may look simple, but it challenges one of the most complex systems in your entire body, your balance network.
Walking in a straight line from heel to toe forces your brain, nerves, and muscles to coordinate in perfect harmony. Each step retrains the body's internal GPS, strengthening both physical stability and mental focus. As we age, the nerves in the feet and legs become less sensitive. They send fewer signals to the brain about where we are in space. That's why many older adults feel unsure when walking in the dark or turning quickly. Heel-to-toe walking reawakens those nerve receptors and sharpens the brain's ability to interpret movement and direction. It's a form of training for the cerebellum, the part of the brain that controls balance, precision, and posture. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging Neuroscience showed that seniors who practiced heel-to-toe walking for just 15 minutes, 3 times a week, improved neural reaction speed by 35%. The researchers noted that the rhythm of narrow-line walking boosted communication between the cerebellum and the parietal lobe. two regions critical for spatial awareness and coordination. In simple terms, this quiet little exercise helps your brain move faster and think clearer. To do it safely, stand tall with your shoulders relaxed and your eyes looking straight ahead. Place one foot directly in front of the other so that the heel of your front foot touches the toes of your back foot. Slowly shift your weight forward, rolling from heel to toe. Then bring your other foot ahead in the same way. Move along a straight line, taking 10 to 15 slow steps. Keep your arms slightly out for balance, and breathe calmly with each step. The most common mistake is rushing. When people walk too fast, they rely on momentum instead of muscle control, and the brain doesn't get the chance to process balanced feedback. Slow walking allows the nervous system to recalibrate after every step. Another frequent error is looking down at the feet. That might seem helpful, but it actually confuses your inner ear and reduces stability. Keep your gaze forward. Trust your senses to find the floor beneath you. If you feel wobbly, lightly hold a wall or countertop for support until your confidence grows. You can also practice this on a soft yoga mat for extra safety. Over time, your steps will feel more deliberate, your posture taller, and your balance steadier, small changes that quietly rebuild independence. For an extra challenge, try counting backward or naming the months in reverse as you walk. That small cognitive load activates even more neural pathways, reinforcing the brain's ability to multitask, a key factor in maintaining independence later in life. As you practice, notice how each careful step brings focus, stability, and confidence back into your body. The coordination you feel is just in your legs, it's in your brain, relearning precision and trust. And when both mind and body move as one, memory is something you lose. It's something you rebuild every single day.
Now that you've reconnected your senses, balance, and coordination, it's time to bring all 5 exercises together and see how these daily habits can keep your brain young for years to come.
The older we become, the easier it is to believe that memory loss and slower movement are just part of aging. But the truth is, our brain never stops learning. It only quiets down when we stop giving it something to respond to. Every small movement we make with intention, every counted step, every steady breath sends a message that the connection between mind and body is still alive. That spark of communication is what keeps us sharp, balanced, and aware of the world around us. You don't need to move fast. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move with purpose. When your body moves, your brain listens, and when your brain listens, memory comes back piece by piece, quietly but surely. So the next time you wake up in the morning, take a moment to stretch, breathe, and remind your nerves what they were made for: movement, balance, and life. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a little encouragement today. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because together we're building a community that keeps growing, thinking, and moving strong after 60.